All right, good morning. Good morning and welcome to the Northeast DAS and Small Cell Association's third annual In-Building Wireless Summit. I cannot believe that it's already March 31st and we are sitting here in this room. To me, it feels like yesterday we were just in Philly and now we're already here. I hope that the weather actually can keep up with us and it feels like spring. But my name is Amy Sesol. I am the event producer for NEDAS. Our association, we tried to put together these unique events where you guys can really learn and grow with industry-leading professionals. So welcome as we peer into the future, and we really hope that you guys have a fantastic day, and we're really, really happy to have you here. Just a few housekeeping items. All of you have badges, or you should. If you don't, please make sure you see the registration desk. But on the back side of those badges is your schedule for the day. All you have to do is flip it over and you can see the schedule. So you know what's coming up next, where you're supposed to be when. So there is no excuse for no one having any idea. No one should be asking me questions about what time each panel starts. You all have it right at hand. But yeah, so also on the back side of that, besides your schedule, there is a Wi-Fi password at the bottom. So if you want to get on the Wi-Fi, there is the network name and the password on your badge. Things to note throughout the day. At 1 o'clock, we will have lunch. It will be on the second floor. It is literally directly above where we are right now. There'll be lunch and exhibits from 1 to 2 p.m. We'll be back down here by 2:15. Then we will take a coffee break at 3 o'clock that will be sponsored by Aquest International, and that will be right upstairs from 3 to 3:15. We'll be back down here until 5 p.m., and then at 5 p.m. we'll be back upstairs again for lunch and exhibits. The exhibits are only open from 1 to 2 and 5 to 8, so make sure you really utilize that time to network, interact, and visit as many tables as you can. We have in the program guide, there is a list of all of the exhibitors and their booth numbers, so you will be able to easily find the people that you are trying to in your booklet. Now, today would not be possible if it wasn't for our event sponsors. So here's a total list of all of our event sponsors, and we're so grateful to have and to be able to support NEDAS event after event and year after year. I'd also like to take a moment to really thank our media partners, Dark Fiber, DAS Congress, and Light Reading. And today, which is something new and unique and we're so excited to have, is we are live streaming all of the panel discussions today. So we will have a video of all of the presentations for you at your disposal. And we're really thrilled about this unique opportunity. So thank you so much to the Internet Society for being able to do that. And at the bottom, you can see the link that you can, excuse me, that you can see the live webcast right now. And finally, really couldn't be more happy and more proud of our annual sponsors. They really give so much to the association. They provide us direction of the trends in the industry, and today's entire program, you know, Ilissa and their support wouldn't even be what it was without them. So I really, really appreciate all of the sponsors that are here. So thank you guys so much for being here, and we hope you have a fantastic day. And if you have any questions, any feedback, anything, please feel free to contact any of the NEDAS staff. We're here to help you. We're here for you. So, and without further ado, Ms. Ilissa Miller.
All right, good morning. Wow, what a great turnout. Thank you guys all so much for coming. So I'm going to kick off the program today with the theme, peering into the future. So where did this all come from and where is this all going? So I'm going to give you some insights, you know, as I walk through this presentation, which I hope will serve as a way to foster discussions today and will inspire you to take us where we all need to go in the future. Just want to make sure I got this working right. All right, so here we go. Everywhere we go and no matter where we go, we all have to be connected. That's just the way it is. We all have to share this information wherever we go as well. We're sharing what we eat, what we watch, what we listen to, where we go, where we shop. Even when we're shopping other places, we're price checking. We have to have these mobile devices, and if we can't have those with us, We know that we feel like there's something missing, there's something not quite right when we don't have it. Our ability to control nearly everything from any device is really proliferating everything that we're doing and everything that everyone else is doing. We can control what information we choose to be shared with us. We can manage events. We could read the news. We could make the news. We're doing so right now with the webcast. We're making the news as we go on any kind of device. These devices are supposed to help make our lives simple in our world, but with so much access to information everywhere, and it's nearly so difficult to make anything happen at any given time. Now we have the ability to see anything from anywhere. We can see who's at our front door. We have this Goji smart lock. We can actually log in and see who's at our front door when we're not even home. We have LG smartwatch phone, which is a wallet. We could pay for anything everywhere that we go. If you want to know where your package is shipped, it's here. It's right on your watch. It's on your phone. It's on your computer. It's every little place that we can go to access information is at our fingertips. You guys all remember this game, Where's Waldo? Well, we don't need that anymore. We don't need to play these games because our devices will tell us where they are at any given time. We've gone from a world of where's my iPhone to where's my suitcase. Seriously, you have this suitcase with its own SIM card now that's available to you. And it's incredible. I have an 11-year-old son, and he was home one day waiting for me, and he calls me up and he says, "Mom, why are you on the hutch?" I said, "What do you mean? How do you know where I am?" He's watching me based on the movement of my own phone. He can sit there. Is that the future of babysitting? Absolutely not. But the irony is that you don't need to guess where things are at because they will tell you where it's at. Our world today is a world that we've just started to enable. The ability to buy anything, nearly anything, at any time. We seek control in everything that we do. We can buy, sell, trade, refill, price shop, compare, research, talk, eat, pray. We could share any kind of thing with just an elegant few taps from our fingertips. We all know about these self-driving cars. They drive, they detect, they stop for you, they anticipate movements, they tell you where you've gone over the line, where danger may be lurking. We don't have to think as much as we used to, but we ought to. We do a lot of online shopping, and then there's Google. With the internet of everything demands everywhere, should we feel threatened or enabled? It is true, Google is becoming a mobile virtual network operator. And the ramifications for what we do in this collective room and for the rest of the world of this can be really, really intense. And there's a lot to think about, and there's a lot to process here. And these are the opportunities that we have available to us. We in this room are enabling the ability to access information from anywhere. The Internet of Things revolution is upon us, and we are experienced, knowledge thought leaders that know how to enable what businesses and consumers want, which, as we know, they want it all. The people in this room design networks. They architect technology, they connect wireless and wireline systems. They build signaling and amplification platforms to ensure information can be shared quickly, efficiently, and effectively. Information is funneled between data centers and consumers everywhere. And we, in this room, are the people that enable information to go from point A to point B. We ensure that these paths take us not only are well constructed, but they're optimized for immediacy access to information anywhere. Our end users are people like your cousins, your nephews, sisters, neighbors, and they have no clue what it takes to ensure a highly connected world, but they do know when they aren't connected, and that's most important. You can't go to a stadium or arena today without expecting to post a photo to Facebook or Instagram. You can, get access to live streaming TV and radio broadcasts while you're sitting there in the seat within the arena itself. Hospitals, forget about it. You can't even get sick anymore without being connected. We expect the ability to let anybody know where we are at any given time. And also, doctors in those hospitals have the ability now to monitor operations across oceans. And it's remarkable what they're able to accomplish from New York to Japan. They can collaborate on everything and anything. In our homes and in our offices, we know that we have to be connected at all time. And you know that feeling when you have no signal on your cell phone and there's no internet access? You feel shut off, shut out, and shut down. And a single entity, you have no ability to know anything at that particular time. And the municipalities, they have enough to deal with in regards to public safety, which is a huge concern, and residents requiring access to any kind of information at any given time. We are on the go, and we're constantly on the know. So how did we get here? Taking a few steps back in time, you could see that I'm going to be reminding you about how short of a distance it's been in the history that we've had communications to where we are today. Over 170 years ago, Morse code introduced the electric telegraph. And I'm not going to read everything here, but as you could see, it was in 1929 that Herbert Hoover, who was the first US president to have a desk phone in the White House. It's pretty remarkable. And it's not just what we were able to communicate, it's also where we were able to imagine this. It was the first fantasy book in 1931 that described a science fiction nightmare city with mobile phones and moving walkways. And this was before mobile phones were even invented. And then it was Arthur C. Clarke who first proposed this idea of satellite communications. In just the past 50 years, the pager, modems, touch-tone phones, computers, the internet was founded in 1969. And this, remarkably enough, is an era where many people in this room were alive and born and may remember some of these great inventions. I'm going to skip ahead. We were all born into an era of enablement. For most of us here today, those revolutionary inventions occurred within our lifetime, and not all that long ago. I may have been born in 1971, but I'm only 25. It's pretty remarkable what has happened. And most of the history that we ran through was the wireline world. We haven't even touched on what the wireless world has started. In our lifetime, what we are enabling is just beginning. In 1980s, the dawn of the modern internet and introduction of mobile communications. Is anybody here 31 years old? You don't have to raise your hand. Well, if so, you're as old as the very first cellular phone. And it's incredible. I mean, you could have been many people in this room could have been teenagers and had a cell phone back in those, and not even have a cell phone. Today, teenagers have to have cell phones. And the advent of technology continues. You could see here, major companies with, Bluetooth being developed and Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi Alliance, wireless communications, and digital wireless users by 2000 outnumbered analog subscribers in such a short period of time. So a little history about me. In 1998, I worked for Ericsson, and I was excited to be in an office trialing Bluetooth for the very first time. I didn't even have my own cell phone until 1999. And just think about how not too long ago it was when you even got your first cell phone. And now, it's all about, when did you get your first cell phone? When did you get your first wireless modem? It's about where we were. And imagine how quickly all of that technology was developed to take us to where we are today. There are more than 356 million wireless subscribers in the US alone. There are more than 100 billion SMS messages sent daily. And that doesn't even touch the amount of wireless data we're sending in each and every moment, including right now. As we go from today to tomorrow, we know what we have, right? Amazon is now testing a new Wi-Fi spectrum. Google had, announced that they are becoming an MVNO, which was announced just a few weeks ago at the Mobile World Congress. And the FCC is changing laws and regulations in order to enable this to be easier and better for us. We know Amazon is trialing wireless networks. We know Starbucks created a digital network. And now we have Facebook, who is set to beam internet from drones that could be flown for 60 to 90,000 feet above the ground for 3 months at any given time. It's not a bird anymore. It's not a plane. It's an internet drone. These test flights are starting this summer, and this is how information is going to be shared, at least for the near future. We can't even imagine what's beyond that. So today, I really challenge us all not to think about where we were. We just went through that. But where are we going? What does tomorrow mean for us? We have a new era upon us. We have to stop thinking about the old ways. We have to stop thinking in the old ways. And we have to start thinking new ways. What we know is great, but the truth is, what we don't know yet is probably better. At the core of what we do collectively is our ability to enable. We enable all of this and so much more. And we in this room are the people that are collectively making this happen. This old diagram only touches upon what capabilities we have. And we live in a world where we can talk to anyone, anywhere, we can see them at any time, we can send messages to them simultaneously. We can peer with them from a network standpoint, from a personal standpoint. We house information about our collective selves in data centers. We beam signals to and from base station hotels that must interconnect with the wireless world. But there's more to this that needs to happen, and that's why we're here. The truth is, we're all just looking at the horizon. We can't even fathom what's beyond, and each step we take takes us closer to knowing what we don't know. And all at the same time, it reveals something to us that's different. Data is everywhere. It's literally and figuratively everywhere. It's in this room right now. The wireless signals traversing this room alone is incredible just to think about. Communications are all around, and the history, of what we've learned has only started to inform us of where we could even be going. Our imagination is really what is going to help us take us beyond, and that is what's most exciting. And I challenge you all today to imagine, where is this all going, and where is this world taking us to, and how are we enabling that? Because at the end of the day, we are just a tip of a dandelion. Thank you. I want everyone here to really work and collaborate and trust one another, because we can't do what we're doing without that trust. We shouldn't have secrets, unless they're intellectual trade secrets, of course. But feel free to challenge each other in a positive way and get those discussions going and question what you know and question what you don't know. And that's what's going to help us spark those conversations. Our first panel this morning is called RFP Do's and Don'ts. It's sponsored by SQUAN. And if we have those panelists ready to go, I'd like to make that introduction. Can you raise your hand if you're on that panel, just so I can see in the back of the room? Great. We have Doug right here. So I'll have Doug come up first because it's going to take him a little bit longer. We have a seat for you as well, along with all the panelists. Sure, absolutely. We're going to just give Doug a couple of minutes to get his group together. So maybe take 5 for all, and we'll also get them mic'd up, and then I'll do a proper introduction as soon as they get set up here, okay? So thanks so much, everybody, and we're preparing.